So the Spider-Man 2 gameplay trailer finally dropped 2 days ago, and let's just say I need it. Like, take my money right now and ship it express delivery. Watching it, I'm noticing that Peter's getting a little spicy with his words. Like, if I was Miles, I wouldn't tolerate that level of disrespect. He was saying stuff like,
"See you, chump."
And
things, doesn't it?
And even treating civilians like, resulting in Miles having to, well, before we get into all that, the trailer begins with some nasty psycho hunter licking to what significance, I don't know. But like, how he ain't know that was some gorilla minstrel he just wiped on his tongue? Don't know what a minstrel is? Go ask your parents, cause I ain't telling you. At first I thought this was Sony doing their own version of Kraven with the tattoo on his head and stuff, until the real Kraven caught this man lacking, grabbing him by the throat with the utmost strength of a chokehold and tells him,
"I've been in your shadow for hours, but you sense nothing."
Broke his neck and threw him out like trash. Mind you, I'm hyped because the last time we seen Kraven in the Spider-Man game was back in 2010, you know, the Shattered Dimensions game, so it's been a good minute. Basically, Kraven wasn't satisfied over these fodder prey he was hunting, and this brother, Rashad, I don't know if that's his real name, but he looks like a Rashad to me. And somebody please free this man from bondage, cause I bet he's fearing for his life after witnessing such Neanderthal strength. But Rashad shows Kraven all these super prey living in the concrete jungles of New York, and we see literally everybody that we've played against in the first Spider-Man game. Like, here's Black Cat, they also got some new enemies like Prowler, here's Wraith, Tombstone, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, the Lizard, Taskmaster, and a few others that I couldn't make out. And like the Neanderthal whackhead Kraven is, he was pleased and told them boys to wrap it up. We headed to New York. Big time skip 6 months later, we see Peter Parker souped up in this new Black Venom suit. And I'm like, dang, what in the world happened during this time frame? So my mind is racing, and according to my calculations, although this is my theory, I stand strongly behind this accusation. Venom is going to be one of the first bosses we encounter. And I put that on you liking this video right now. And if I'm wrong, you can come back and let me have it later. Go ahead, go crazy. Fire me up. Now the developers were going crazy with this scene, showcasing all of Peter's new moves with the suit. He was transforming into a black goo blob, snatching up enemies, grabbing faces, breaking backs, and he did this one guy in the worst way, because he literally treated him like an apartment complex gym treadmill infested with roaches on the conveyor belt that he had to stomp out because the pest control forgot to spray the building for My bad, they got a little personal. So obviously this is Kraven's henchman, and Bully Maguire's Spider-Man said it himself.
He's gonna wish he never came to New York.
And from that tone of voice, I knew it was way too late for Peter. He's had the suit on for way too long. Y'all know how it get. He sound like he's not here to mess around. No more. They then switched the controls over to Miles because they got a new location on Kraven at the factory near him. But when Peter was talking to Miles over the secured line, he spoke out of tone for the first time, saying,
"I'm on it. Sounds like Kraven's checking off his."
We don't have much time. Move.
Then hung up. Miles lets that mess slide. But just know, that was strike number 1. So Miles shoots out 2 webs to form a slingshot and launches with the utmost speed. My jaw dropped. And when I thought Miles was gonna swing his way to the destination, this man opens up a limb flap like a pro wingsuit diver that you see jumping off the cliff on Discovery Channel. And at this point, my jaw is overflowing with liquids as if Eddie from Cartoon Network with my eyes locked on the most perfect jawbreaker candy known to man. I was like a kid at a candy shop. They are snapping. Miles makes it to the factory, and the devs blessed us once again, flexing all the cool stuff they got Miles doing. Like being able to form your own cable to walk on for snatching enemies up, a new web trigger tool allowing you to wrap 3 enemies simultaneously, rather than just 1 like they had in the previous game. And they even gave this man a new move, which is a direct reference from Dragon Ball. Their very own Miles Morales Blue Lightning Kamehameha. Like what? Insomniac devs never miss, bro. I can't name a time they have. Peter and Miles meet up at the location where Kraven is hunting Dr. Connors, aka the Lizard, and Peter busts through the roof on Demon Time. Miles says,
"Hey man, new threats?"
letting me know he must not know about the secret sauce. All of a sudden they hear a deep grumbling sound. Then suddenly a ginormous lizard pops out of the concrete underneath them and escapes the factory. And best believe them Kraven boys was on that lizard like white on rice. So we see some cool web slinging action. Turns out the swinging in this game is actually a lot faster than the previous one. And the dynamic duo is pretty much trying to stop Kraven's men at this point. Bada bing, bada boom. They knocking some heads loose. I'm also noticing that Peter also has the wingsuit ability that Miles has, Miles gets done handling his share of goons, and Peter is flying after the gunship. Miles says,
Right behind you. We'll take it down together.
and Peter says,
No time!
this was strike number 3, and my boys Miles had it up to here. That man Peter tried to wrap it up with the gunship thing, and my boy Miles said, nah, bruh, we gon' murder your blood clot, and went for Peter's neck, twirling him around and letting Craven's men wrap him up with the guns. And yeah, Miles left that man to rot. Okay, let me not cap. I mean, if I was Miles, that's how it would have went down. But in actuality, Miles threw him into the water for safety. They both destroyed the gunship, and Dr. Connors swam with his nasty butt into the sewers, pretty much getting away. Peter saves the civilians, literally launching that man like an annoying little brother, and Miles peeped that, by the way. And now that Craven's men are taken care of, they need to finish the job by capturing the lizard. Right before they pursue him, Miles offers to tag along, but Peter says,
No. He's mine.
You sure? He's got big teeth.
So do I.
He's not normally like that, right?
No. He's never like that.
but yeah, like I said before, if I was Miles, Peter would have had to give me my round, bro. Just saying.